This is day 267. Pay for lies, get lies. Significant attention is paid to the algorithm. A few days ago, I heard someone tell me in an unsolicited outreach that I needed to pay attention to the LinkedIn algorithm to make more money from the platform. They tried to teach me some fundamental concepts about this algorithm, which all seemed rather obvious. If you use any platform for a length of time, you will start to notice patterns. Those patterns become obvious to us humans because we are quite exceptional at identifying patterns. I've spent considerable time in my life pondering just why humans can conceive of and actually play the game of chess at such a high level. This is primarily an exercise of pattern matching at the most rudimentary level. Anyway, these patterns, or what fancy people like to call the algorithm, are everywhere in our day-to-day lives. I started to contemplate this for a while. I realized that I'm definitely being fed information by a variety of algorithms. I made a short list. 1. My snail mail is following a pattern. My junk mail is different from my neighbor's junk mail. So I'm getting a regular incoming stream of junk mail that various mass marketers and political campaigns use to target me. 2. My X account is definitely following a pattern based on what it presumes is interesting to me. It even says, "For you." Playing around with this, I started only clicking on and looking at posts in one topic area. It took about 24 hours and my feed changed considerably. I note the same behavior and pattern with Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify, and other services that I subscribe to. Interesting is that these are all slightly different, but they all have the same general consideration. Upon investigation, I can change these to behave differently on each of these platforms with some options that you can select. Or my streaming services such as Netflix and others have the same behavior. We all know this, and interestingly enough, I compared each of my family members with me. My daughter's is full of anime, my wife's is full of period piece dramas, and home shopping shows, and mine is full of documentaries. 5. My search result from a few search engines. I don't just use Google anymore. They're also very different. That is interesting. I think I'm going to play around with this concept and start searching for content in a particular genre on one engine and reserve some other searches for another engine and just see what happens. 6. AI tools. I did not think this would be using an algorithm, but it clearly is. After spending a few hours comparing my subscription account in Claude, GPT, Grok, and Gemini versus a new account I created, the results are remarkably different. However, looking carefully through their EULAs, I can clearly see that it is remembering your searches in order to improve results. I could go on. I have thought of several more algorithms influencing what I see and experience all day long. This does not come as a surprise. I think we all sort of suspect that this is going on, and in most cases, wholeheartedly embrace and accept what is happening. Probably makes our life easier in some fashion, I suppose. I realized the other day while listening to the radio, this is an ancient technology where we use a special band of frequency to transmit broadband channels to receivers called radios. I actually enjoyed the experience of listening to the radio, even the commercials. This was because I innately knew that this was non-curated content. I was hearing what everybody else was hearing, and that was somehow, relieving. This brings me to an important conclusion. If I find myself complaining about all the misinformation and lies being peddled toward me, then I really only have one person to blame, that is myself. I essentially am getting what I pay for. You pay for lies, and, you get lies.